Hey guys, it's Thor Sandalwood here, and today I'm going to be talking about XLM Stellar Lumens cryptocurrency, and we're going to be looking at the astrology chart of XLM, and we're going to try to see, using the birth chart, whether I see XLM being successful or not during this time. And just to give you guys a heads up, I do see it being a good investment. Not right away, but I see it being a good investment in about a year. And we're going to talk about that as we analyze the chart and we look at the Mahadashas and Dashas, which is the karma that's ripening for XLM. And as you guys may not know or may not know, I'm a Vedic astrologer. And so we look at the karma of everything. When you're born at a particular moment in time on this planet, you have the planets and the stars are at certain positions, and that karma that those planets and the stars hold download your karma to you, and your karma is really what frames all the situations of your life. We're living in some really crazy times right now. I just looked at the news, some news articles today, and today's April 30th, 2021, and one of the big articles I noticed was there's apparently a chicken shortage in the United States. Another thing I saw was that there's a chlorine shortage, like chlorine for pools shortage in the United States. These are type of things, I grew up in Southern California, and to me, I just can't believe the type of times we're living in. And things are really going downhill in the United States right now. Things are getting very bad. And, I see cryptocurrencies being one of those ways to take your wealth and be able to preserve the wealth because things are not going good. Even if the media is out there saying things are doing good, just obey, just pay your taxes, everything else is good. We know that we're looking at things going, wait a second, things don't appear so good. There's a lot of shortages and there's a lot of things having issues right now. So I'm going to go through, before we go into XLM presentation, I'm very excited about XLM, by the way. Let's take a look at my little disclaimer. And the disclaimer is, guys, this isn't meant to take away advice from a qualified financial planner. I use the sidereal zodiac, not the Western tropical zodiac in my presentations, in my predictions. The predictions are mine alone and my interpretation of astrological data, and the video is for entertainment purposes only. And another thing, guys, if you like this kind of content, if you like trying to, look at the future using astrology, and you like metaphysics, and you like cryptocurrency, please like and subscribe to my channel. And let me switch the slide real quick. Please like and subscribe, guys. My goal is 1,000 subscribers. We're doing really good right now. And if you're interested in a reading, please email me at thor.sandalwood@gmail.com. And basically, it's just a 30-minute MP3 reading that I deliver to you, through an email link. And once you pay, it takes 7 days for you to receive it. And then you listen to it whenever you want to. It's so convenient. It's convenient for me. It's convenient for you. And it also helps me and my channel grow. Because, I do astrology for a living. So this is super important to me. I wanted to actually do another slide too, guys, of the planetary situation right now. So the whole planet, we're still battling this pandemic. Fiat currencies are flooding the planet. Saturn transiting Capricorn. Government and banks trying to preserve old world order. Fiat currencies constantly lose value. Everyday people do not know what to do with this. Cryptocurrency is the answer. And what I really see as a really, those people right now, especially you that are watching this, you guys, and you guys, know about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies can be pretty difficult for the layperson to understand. And I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. So really the mission and the goal of these cryptocurrencies should be, we need to bring this knowledge down so that everyday people can use it, so they can understand it, and so that we can have a more secure world economy. You know, the days of putting your money in a bank account, and it used to be, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, you put your money in a bank account and it would actually gain a really good amount of interest. Those days are gone. We know that if you put money in the bank now, it's going to lose value. It's going to lose value. It's going to drop like a rock. And in some countries, I heard there's negative interest rates. So you're not even encouraged to hold on to the money anymore. And, we need to bring this cryptocurrency to the people. So let's start with the presentation, guys. Let's see what XLM is all about. XLM Stellar Birth Chart. July 31st, 2014. 1800 UTC, London, England. That's the birth time I got from another astrologer. It was very difficult to find. So this reading is obviously dependent on the birth chart and what I see. It seems to line up, though, because we can look at the 2018 bull run when XLM did it was like double the price it is now. I think right now is at 50 something cents. I know I quoted it wrong in the Theta video, and people keep commenting on that. So 50 something cents is what XLM's at right now. It was at like almost $1 in January of 2018. Let's take a look at the chart, guys. And here's the chart. You guys are probably familiar with it. If you're brand new, this is a astrology chart that we use in Vedic Astrology, which is the ancient Indian astrology from India. Not Native American, but India. And let me go ahead. Okay, guys. Right away, guys, you see it's different. We've been getting a lot of Gemini charts lately. We see right now, oops, let me go to the brushes really fast. We see right now that the first house is Scorpio. So, as you guys are aware, the signs are ruled by planets. So Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So the signs of Mars and Aries means that Mars is your chart ruler. So a lot of times we look at the chart ruler to figure out, how a person, a corporation, a cryptocurrency is gonna do. Let's take a look at Mars in this case. XLM. Getting mixed up a little bit. And you see Mars right there. It's in the 12th house of Libra. Mars is in the 12th house. It's okay, I guess. This isn't the best placement that I would have for it, but it's not a horrible placement. Remember, like the evil houses are going to be, your 6th house, your 8th house right here, and then the 12th house right here. Those are going to be the houses that usually cause problems in your life. So, Mars is kind of losing energy. The 12th house is about losses and endings, but the 12th house is also about just like a dreamlike state. But, the one thing I see going good for XLM is, you notice that Saturn, right here, guys, Saturn's in the 12th house. And Saturn, its job, it basically blocks delays and, it throws up obstacles to things. So when you have, Saturn in the 12th house, it's creating obstacles and blockages for 12th house things like losses and endings. So in a way, it's kind of a good placement for XLM. It means, and right now we're going to find out it's in a Saturn Bhukti at the moment. So that means that it's going to be protected a little bit by Saturn. Saturn's going to try to protect it from some of the losses that normally 12th house would cause in somebody's life or something's life. Let's go back to the chart real quick, and we know that Mars is the 6th lord. So this does create. So the 6th lord Mars is also in the 12th house. This does create something called a Viparit Raja Yoga, which means the 6th lord, the ruler of a bad house, is in a bad house. Sometimes it can actually protect the individual that has this, because what does the 6th house represent? Well, the 6th house right here represents enemies and debt, right? And then you have your enemies and your debt going in the 12th house of losses and endings. That's a good thing for you, right? Maybe not such a good thing for your enemies to be having losses and endings, but it's good for you. And so for XLM, you know, it's got a little protection there from Mars being in the 12th house and Saturn being in the 12th house. So usually, like I said, and other people have quoted me, you know, usually a bad planet, a malefic planet like Mars or Saturn in a bad house is usually a good thing. Let me go back to my presentation really quick, guys, because we're just going to go through. And right now, you know, we're just looking at the chart. We're going to go into more of the specific, you know, Mahadasha and Bhukti that XLM is in. So right now I can tell you, though, guys, it's in Moon, Mahadasha, Saturn, Bhukti. And right now I see it more at this, even though it's benefiting right now from the general bull run of 2021 right now, I do see that I believe it's at a very, the price is actually being suppressed right now, that it should be a lot higher. And that means that it's good for you as an investor. It's good for you to buy. And by the way, guys, I'm not getting sponsored by any cryptocurrencies. So if I'm saying something's good or bad, I have no motive in it. The only thing I'm doing right now is trying to get referrals on Coinbase, because then I get like $10 a Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's take a look back at the chart. Now, there's a lot of good things about this chart. So if I say like a few little bad things, guys, don't distress, because there's a lot of positive things about this chart. One of the biggest positive things about the chart is this placement right here, Jupiter. Jupiter's exalted in the sign of Cancer and in the 9th house. Remember, your trine houses are 5, 9, and 1. These are your called trines. Trine houses, and those ones are usually associated with good luck, fortune, dharma, purpose, God's grace. Like, think of somebody that's in the right place at the right time. That's usually somebody that, you know, they have God's grace very strong on them. They have luck. That's what 9th house and 5th house can have, tremendous luck. So if we take a look at the chart, you can see right here, you know, K2 in the 5th house, that can cause like there to be not really good luck. So right here, guys, that can cause luck to be, you know, you're not really good at speculation and things like that. But then look, this house, the other trine house, is loaded with good planets. We got Sun, that's the 10th lord there in the 9th house. 9th house is a very auspicious house, guys. And then we have Jupiter, the 2nd and the 5th lord, you know, good money house, right? Money ruler right there. We have Mercury there, 8th and 11th lord in the 9th house. This is receiving a lot. This is very powerful. You know, Joe Biden's chart, he had a lot. He has an exalted planet in the, I believe, 9th house. I think it's Jupiter in the 9th house, because he's a Scorpio ascendant. So he has Jupiter in the 9th house, and he was running the Mahadasha of this exalted Jupiter when he got elected president. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. Let me clean up the chart a little bit, guys. All right. And then, you know, we can just look at a few more things in the chart. Really, I mean, so this right here is going to be a lot of grace. And then check this out, guys. You got Moon, which is the 9th lord, the very great 9th lord. Then you got Rahu. Remember, he expands and he exaggerates whatever he's in contact with in the 11th house right here. 11th house is all about money, gains, all types of gains. In astrology, the 11th house can also be called your highest aspiration, your wishes becoming fulfilled. So if you were an investor or something like that, you want a very strong 11th house, because that's how you make your money. Usually when you make money through just like a traditional job, like you're just employed at, you know, some job, that's usually money you earn through the 6th house or it's mostly 6th house type of earnings. So like if you work a service job, it's going to be more 6th house. 11th house is usually when you're investing your money in the stock market or you own rental properties, things like that. So investing your money in cryptocurrency would be an 11th house activity. So let's go into right now, guys, because we looked a little bit at the chart. So it's got, it's got an awesome 9th house. It's got an awesome 11th house. So I'm really excited about that with XLM. I feel like its strengths way outweigh the weaknesses in the XLM chart. So if you guys are like really about XLM, I hope you guys get excited. I know that there are some people not too excited about the theta video again because I didn't have like super glowing things to say about it. But all I'm looking at is the astrological chart based on the data I have, and I'm just trying to give you guys my honest assessment of what's going on. Let's take a look at the dashas, guys. Let's see. One thing we're going to take a look at right now, we're going to go back to the presentation, and we're going to take a look at, now if you look at the center of the chart, guys, it has the current price there of today was 53 cents there. So at the right hand corner or the right side of the chart, that's the current bull run. But if you look in the middle of the chart, that was January of 2018. So we're going to describe, well, what was going on with XLM back in 2018? And here we go. XLM entered Moon Mahadasha March 20th, 2016, March 21st through March 21st, 2026. So Moon Mahadasha is a 10-year long dasha. And that a Mahadasha just means that that's the karma that's ripening in your life over those 10 years. You have this general moon, whatever your moon represents in your chart. And in XLM's case, the moon represents the 9th house. It's in the 11th house of earnings and everything else, stock market gains. But it also represents the 9th house of grace and all types of things like that. So I see this as a very good Mahadasha for XLM. You got Moon is 9th lord and in the 11th house. Overall, I see auspicious Mahadasha. Moon Rahu caused the 2018 bull run. And we're going to look at that, guys. Let me transition back to the camera real quick. And we're going to take a look at the dashas. Oops, I pulled up the wrong thing. We're going to take a look at the dasha sequences because that's so important in all of this. Here's the dasha sequences, guys. And I take this from my Kala software, if you're wondering where I get this. So back in 2016, you know, just what, 5 years ago, that's when XLM entered Moon. And then it was in this Moon Rahu period. Surprise, surprise, right? I mean, Moon Rahu, when it entered that 2018 bull run. I mean, again, we can look at the chart. You know, Moon rules the 9th house. Then you got Moon and Rahu, Moon Rahu, in the 11th house. So it's like not a big surprise that made so much money during that time. What's so cool about XLM right now is that it's really cheap for people to get into. I mean, 53 cents, that's super inexpensive. So it's a great buy for people that just don't have a lot of money to invest. Like I know you can still buy the other cryptocurrencies with smaller amounts. It's just decimal points. But it kind of feels good, you know. Like if you have Bitcoin, you feel good when you have a whole Bitcoin. If you have Ethereum, it feels good to have a whole Ether. You know, it feels good. Not like I have 0.003 Ether. It doesn't feel as good. It feels good to have, I have a whole stellar lumen in XLM, you know, it feels really good. So let's go back to the dashas because we're going to look into also, well, where's XLM right now? And if you guys want to take a look, you guys can take a look with me. Obviously, XLM is going to be in this bookty right here. So that Moon-Saturn period, which it started back June 2020, and it's going to be there till the very end of the year, till the beginning of 2022. That's where I see, so this Moon-Mercury period right here, guys, that's where, let me clean that up. This period with the Moon Saturn, I don't see him be so hot, but I see this period right here is very good. We're going to talk about that. Now, Moon Saturn, the issue with Moon Saturn right now, and I think, what about now? I'm going to look at the presentation here, guys. What about now, April 30th, 2021, as I make this video, guys, and if you're watching it later, hopefully it's still very relevant to you. XLM is currently in Moon Saturn period. Saturn isn't best booked for XLM, probably undervalued at this point. However, this is a good buy for the time being. Saturn may protect XLM from serious losses and provide stability, however. So that's what it's like. The price is being suppressed right now. You know, Saturn is in the 12th house, which is kind of good. It's actually stabilizing things. So there isn't big ups and downs with XLM right now. You know, it's only 53 cents. You know, there isn't going to be huge wild swings with XLM. But what I see this as, if you're looking at something to invest in, the good news would be it's very cheap right now. You want to buy it because in 2022, that's when I see there's going to be a window of time, first quarter of 2022, where I think this thing is going to, you bought it now, you sell it then, it's going to be very good. Yes, I do think something's coming. Last quarter of 2021, possibly during the summer, even earlier, guys, when Saturn goes retrograde. I do see this bubble, there being some instability, something happening. And I see, though, that I believe by the beginning of 2022, you ride out this storm, XLM is going to be very good for you. So I was going to say, and I put this in the wrong order in my presentation, I had to find it. Good times is Moon Mercury, starting January 19th, 2022, June 30th, 2023. This is when the price will rise. 11th house is activated and Venus is activated in the 8th house. Timing will be the key during this period, though. Specifically, I believe that January 2022 through April 2022 will be the best period because of the Rahu transit. So let's take a look at the chart really fast so I can explain why is Mercury so good. Why am I saying this is good times Mercury? Let's take a look. And so you got Mercury, which is in the 9th house. It's benefiting there. 9th house is grace. And then look, again, Mercury rules the 11th house and the 8th house. Now, the 8th house will cause, the 8th house right here is kind of that thing that causes the volatility. The up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? That's 8th house. That's volatility. But Venus, it does activate the planet Venus, which is the karaka of money and luxury. Okay? So, and also the 11th house, it activates Rahu and the moon. So you're going to get increased. So I believe even if it's going like this, it's going to be going like this for a while, okay? The issue is going to be, the issue why I see it's going to be that first quarter of 2022 is because of the Rahu transit. Because in April of 2022, Rahu transits backwards through a chart, okay? It's going to be going into the 6th house of Aries. That could cause some problems for XLM. So I see a narrow window of opportunity there. Hopefully it's longer. But to be safe, you know, if I was going to give you advice that I consider safer, I have to bring up that Rahu transit. Even though that Mercury Dasha looks overall good, Rahu's going to be transiting in the 6th house. There might be some issues. Let's also take a look really quick at the Rahu transit. You guys that have been watching my channel for a while, you guys are well aware of the Rahu transit. Rahu transit Taurus, September 22nd, 2020 through April 12th, 2022. It's transiting the 7th house of business partnerships. Usually 7th house is marriage, but in this case it's business partnerships. This transit's good for XLM. This will help price of XLM during this time. When Rahu transits into Aries 6th house, things could be tough for XLM. And that's going to be April of 2022. You guys want to always keep a notebook on this stuff because sometimes Dolores Cannon put out a book called Convoluted Universe. Sometimes we live in a convoluted universe. Things aren't so cut and dry. There's a lot of factors in play. Saturn. Saturn's transiting the third house of Capricorn all the way till April. Again, this is a lot of synchronicity with these timings, guys, all the way till April of 2022. Why does that date keep coming up with everything? There must be something important around that time. This could reduce some of the media attention and exposure that XLM needs to grow and gather investors. However, I don't see this as a highly negative transit. I don't see this as like it's going to make or break XLM, that Saturn transit. And let's go back to the Jupiter transit, guys. Oops, Jupiter. Jupiter transit, 4th house of Aquarius, 4th house. Jupiter's expanding the stability. The transit is beneficial for XLM. Now, I'm going to make another video on this. We are having Jupiter. It's going to go retrograde in June of 2021 for those that are watching. So I do think that that stability, like I said, during the summer, during the last quarter of 2021, that's when we might be seeing the stability go down and we might see some losses on XLM. But I think just hold it. Just keep it. Even though it's going to be dicey. I don't want to hold it. I should sell and try to regain what I lost. Let's check out my analysis. I believe that XLM is undervalued at the moment. A lot of money can be made with XL in the first quarter of 2022. Currently, I think that Saturn period is suppressing the price. I would buy XLM Stellar Lumens and wait to sell at beginning of 2022. Now, of course, this is my astrological advice, guys, and you always need to get the advice from a qualified financial planner. But, you know, this is what I do. I do astrology, so I love trying to predict what's going to happen with things. And I really think, you know, Stellar, I'm not looking at this long term. I haven't looked at Stellar 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because we're more interested in what's going to happen in the next year. That's why I titled it 2021 Predictions. And also, guys, as a YouTube content creator, I can always make more videos, right? What's going to happen in 2022? Of course, I'm thinking about that as a YouTube creator. But guys, if you guys have any questions regarding XLM or anything in general, please let me know, because that is the conclusion. I think XLM is great. I think it's better than a lot of the cryptocurrencies that I've analyzed so far. And I'm going to continue doing more cryptocurrencies, and also we're going to keep doing celebrities, politicians. We're going to still look at relevant people's charts as well on my channel. We almost have my website ready to go. I'm hoping in a few days my website will be ready to go. You guys can check out the type of readings I offer, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys take a look at it. See if there's any guys have any questions. I got live chart. I can't remember name of authors to. Yep, a buck. Wait. Aw, dang, if you should, I can't remember name of authors to save my life. I'm trying to look at the chart, or at the chat, guys. See if there's anything else. But anyways, you know, we're living in some very crazy times with this chicken shortage going on. And then we have the chicken shortage, the chlorine shortage. Last year they were talking about beef shortage. You know, and we're in some times right now that, you know, hopefully we're over this thing. I don't think that this pandemic is going to be we're not going to be out of it till about April at this point, and with the Saturn transit. Because what we do is we look at, like Bob Proctor says, you have to look at the results. Saturn entered Capricorn in January of 2020. What happened right after? Pandemic happens. And I thought this thing, almost everybody thought this thing was going to be like, okay, it's just going to go for 6 months or whatever. No, here we are over a year later after that Saturn transit. And we are still facing this. It's surging in India right now. The damage that it's done to just the world system is completely damaged right now. And so, I mean, we're all looking for the escape hatches right now, and that's what cryptocurrency is providing for all of us. So, guys, I think if there's any more, I think I'm going to conclude today's astrology reading on XLM Stellar Lumens. And thank you so much guys for coming. Namaste. Please, guys, you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, just email me. It's down below. If you guys, comment down below too. Even those of you that are watching this video after the fact, let me know what you guys think about cryptocurrency, about XLM. Let me know. Thank you guys. Namaste. I wish you many blessings, and I will see you in the next video.